Katie Davis, The App Generation: How Today's Youth Navigate Identity, Intimacy, and Imagination in a Digital World. Welcome to the world of the App Generation as you dive into the summary of Katie Davis's book, The App Generation: How Today's Youth Navigate Identity, Intimacy, and Imagination in a Digital World. In this insightful book, Davis explores the profound impact digital media has on today's youth, who have become accustomed to seeing the world in terms of apps. Examining how this digital experience alters their psychological development, the summary delves into three pivotal areas: establishing personal identity, cultivating the ability to form intimate relationships, and fostering creativity. By following this enlightening journey, you will gain a deeper understanding of how apps can both enable and hinder the personal growth of our young generation.
The App Generation. Today's younger generation has been raised immersed in digital media, resulting in a distinct approach to crucial psychological development areas. In his book, Childhood and Society, psychoanalyst Erik Erikson identified 8 life crises crucial to developing a healthy and integrated psyche, including establishing personal identity, developing intimate relationships, and cultivating generativity. The rise of apps has affected how younger generations approach these crises, with many viewing life in terms of apps, seeking digital solutions to problems. This has resulted in significant changes to thought processes, imaginations, personalities, and behaviors, as young people navigate a world defined by digital media. The impact of growing up in a digital world has also created a distinction between digital natives and digital immigrants, with the former having spent their entire lives in a world of digital media. Overall, the app generation is defined by a constant need for software programs on mobile devices that enable users to perform specific tasks. App enabling, navigating digital technology for psychological growth. The emergence of digital technology has drastically transformed the consciousness of young people. The use of apps for problem-solving and exploring new paths can enhance one's psychological development. However, an app-dependent mindset limits choices and goals, mandating a course of action and inculcating dependence. The negative impact of technology arises when the app consciousness is transferred to life, adopting the idea that achieving what one wants simply means performing a series of prescribed steps, like a software program. This can lead to believing that life is mapped out like a super app, causing those without a clear goal to feel inadequate. By app enabling, users can turn to communication and other technologies to facilitate rather than replace personal interaction, promoting face-to-face communication. Though apps have the potential to enhance psychological growth, using them responsibly and aligning their benefits with individual goals is essential for a healthy relationship with technology. Identity formation in the age of digital media. The Internet has revolutionized identity formation for young people, providing a platform for self-expression and social validation. Unlike in the past, social media users today present their authentic selves online and connect with like-minded peers. However, the pressure to conform to social norms and gain external validation can erode one's sense of individuality and autonomy. Despite this, the Internet has also led to greater tolerance of diverse identities and interests, creating a sense of belonging and inclusivity for those who may have felt marginalized in the past. The app culture and its social implications. The widespread use of communication apps on smartphones and other mobile devices has made it easier for people to stay connected than ever before. While this has obvious benefits for families and friends separated by distance, it has also created a culture of superficial relationships that can be detrimental to emotional intimacy. Young people, in particular, have embraced this constancy of connection, using apps to communicate with friends while avoiding real-life interactions. Research suggests that this trend may also be contributing to an increase in isolation and a reduction in close relationships among Americans. As technology continues to advance, it's worth considering the impact that these changes may have on our social lives and emotional well-being. The impact of social media. Social media, in many ways, have contributed to feelings of isolation, inadequacy, and risk aversion among today's youth. On platforms like Facebook, young individuals showcase their lives in a glammed-up version, inadvertently causing others to feel left out or lacking in some way. Apps have further reinforced this shift towards risk aversion, as teens adopt ironic detachment to avoid emotional risk-taking. Digital media has prompted significant reconfigurations of identity, intimacy, and imagination in recent years. Although apps may not be suitable for maintaining deep connections, research suggests that many young people use digital communications to complement rather than replace face-to-face encounters. Online communities can be incredibly valuable for kids who feel ostracized in real life, providing a crucial tool for forming connections in adolescence. The pros and cons of apps in creativity. Apps have opened up countless opportunities for artists to explore new forms of artistic expression, from music to literature. Even non-artistic apps like Snapchat can inspire creative output. However, apps can also be limiting for creativity if users become too dependent on them. Apps like Wikidata and social networks can spark ideas and promote collaboration. On the other hand, app dependency can lead to a freezing impact on creativity, limiting users to the options provided by the app designer. Remixing can be easier than generating original ideas. The Songwriter's Pad app can generate words and phrases to express emotions, but over-reliance on it can lead to unoriginality. Overall, apps can have a freeing effect on creativity if used in an enabling way, but it's important to be mindful of their limitations. The impact of digital media on teen creativity. A study on the effects of digital media on teen creativity has revealed that while visual art has become more sophisticated due to access to a broad range of images, literature is increasingly becoming more conventional. The use of pedestrian language in daily reading materials like tweets, texts, and instant messages is one of the strongest influences. The constant distractions of digital media tend to interrupt and displace the unstructured mental escapism that fuels creativity, although app-assisted artwork may still occupy a middle ground between big C and little c creativity. According to the study, app-assisted middle C artwork will be more interesting and impressive than little c creativity but may never attain the heights reached by artistic geniuses like Stravinsky and Picasso. Ultimately, more young people today are app-dependent than app-enabled. The power of being app-enabled. In today's digital age, young people need to reach their full potential by using apps wisely. The author emphasizes the importance of not just performing superficial aspects of identity, intimacy, and imagination but rather using apps to augment their personal quests. The focus should be on being app-enabled rather than app-dependent. This way, young people can avoid being programmed by apps and instead use them selectively to enhance their skills and harness their wit for generating new solutions in the age of information technology.
In conclusion, the app generation provides a comprehensive look at the effects of digital media on today's youth, revealing both its positive and negative aspects. Understanding how apps influence the formation of identity, intimacy, and imagination is crucial, as it sheds light on how technology can either enable or impede personal growth. As we strive for a society of individuals who are app-enabled rather than app-dependent, the challenge lies in making wise choices and striking the right balance between technological assistance and personal development. Through this exploration, Davis offers valuable insights and encourages us to reevaluate our relationship with technology to empower future generations to reach their full potential.